Alright, it looks like everything's working for the most part. I'm the 404 guy, 7HE 404GUY. I don't know if my microphone's working right now or not, so I'm going to have to see. Maybe if I get really close to it. Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, let's get this started then.
Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised. But I bet that just makes you want to watch it even more.
Yeah, so I have no idea how quiet my microphone is right now relative to everything else because for some reason Windows decided to be a piece of crap, basically. Either that or Audacity, you know, I did one or the other. Basically, it just friggin' screwed with the settings on my microphone preamp for no goddamn reason, and now I'm just kind of left thinking like, now what, right? It just completely screwed everything. So now I'm gonna have to do something about that, I suppose, but I'm gonna see if the audio works. I tried to fix it as best as I can. If it doesn't work, then obviously I'm gonna have to do something else. One thing I do notice that the game audio is incredibly loud for me. I don't know if it's that loud on the recording or not, but I really want to turn it down. I can't get to the options menu. Just lovely. Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about that then. Let's see here. Basically, what we're doing now is we're just building a communication satellite network. So this is freaking loud. Holy crap. No wonder I muted it last time. Jesus. Yeah, my audio settings on this computer have been completely screwed up. Thank you so much, Windows, for that nice little piece of crap that you pulled. Jeez, okay, speakers are at 31. Oh shit, I just muted them. Speakers are at 31, so that should be fine. So it's this that's friggin' screwing it up. Just turn the music down. Jeez, that is just hurting. It's hurting my ears. Alright. Let's see if this is any better. If that's negative 20 decibels, I hate to see what 0 decibels is going to sound like. And I know I'm going to have to witness that as I launch this. Crap, we need batteries. Where are they? Here we go. This is hopefully going to be a very quick and simple stream. Load this thing up with as many batteries as we can at half a ton apiece. No, 1/20th of a ton apiece. 20 of these would weigh half a ton. No, 20 of these would be a ton. Whatever. That should be enough. We need solar panels to keep them charged. That ought to work. I might do, I've done it before. It's like a sunflower arrangement, as I call it. You do like just a ton of them right here. That more or less guarantees that you'll have some solar power regardless of the angle of the aircraft or the spacecraft. Now this is going to be like the key pin of this communications device here. Look at this. Look at the size of these damn things. So you got 4 of them at 15. That's going to be 60G. 60G antenna rating. Okay, I don't need this little pop-up here. Get rid of this pop-up. I don't want it. Ugh. How do I get... Oh, man. This is falling apart quickly. There we go. Thank you. Alright. So, antenna rating, obviously. I don't think I need this. I can maybe stick another antenna on the front of this thing, which would be better than having that, I suppose. Let's put an antenna there, yeah? Because that way it just gives us a little bit extra range on this, which I suppose the range doesn't really matter in the end, but that is useful to have. Alright. What should I call this? Communications thingy thing. Whatever. Doesn't need to have a proper name. Okay, is that music loud? That music is really loud in my ears. I hate it so much. Okay. I guess it's just me. This is 15. Wait, these are... Wait a minute. This antenna rating is 15. This antenna rating is 15. So... What is it? Packet size or bandwidth is different? Packet size 3, bandwidth 20. Packet size 2, bandwidth 5. 133. This requires 68. Well, if it's just a difference in electricity, I think I should just go with these. Look at that. They're so much smaller. You get much more in the same amount of space. What happens if I extend them? Okay, that's gonna block... Oh. Put those down. I gotta flip them over. If I flip them upside down, then that ought to work, right? I think. Right? Because if I extend them now they make sense. In reality, this is perhaps the worst design for a communication satellite. Nonetheless, let's, we need to extend that base a little bit further there. Thinking I could probably... Do I have, actually... Yeah, I've got monopropellant tanks. Whoa, that's too big. This one. No, that's too small. Damn it. That one's just right. There we go. We'll have a tank of monopropellant, that way we can adjust our orbit without using up too much crap. There's our monopropellant. Ah, these ones. There we go. Just gonna sneak these into various places. One there. And I guess I could put one in here somewhere. It's like hidden. That'll work. Alright, and that's our communication satellite. That's 2-ton satellite that should be able to provide us long-range communications between planets. So I'm going to launch that, and we're going to see how it does. First, we need a method of launching it. We'll put in a stack separator, and we'll get some shrouding on there. There we go, that ought to work. Should at least provide us with something a little better than nothing. Let's see. Put one of those on there. Pretty much from here, it's really just these things. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Okay. How to spell significant overkill. That's 39 tons now. Alright, I don't think that this will break, I don't think this will get us into a solar orbit, but we can add some stuff that'll help. But right now, I just want to see how this performs as like a single unit launch. It looks extremely simple. And I guess realistically it is extremely simple. Just go straight up and see how it does. Don't imagine it'll be too good, but it'll at least be better than nothing. This is a valuable data collection launch. Alright, that has a lot more fuel in it than I expected. Look at this thing. Jeez. All this to launch a 2-ton satellite into solar orbit. I'm going to be doing 4 of those, by the way, so that's going to be rather expensive if I don't secure some source of funding for this. Alright, is that escape velocity? Almost. Not quite. Wow, that took up a lot. Alrighty. I mean, it's close-ish. What is this question? Oh, where'd it go? Oh, what is this question mark? Unknown object. Well, anyway, that was a failure of a flight. But yeah, that's a decent amount of information there. We now know that this will not get us to a solar orbit, but it is very close. Move that out of there. We've got that. What about a small fuel tank? One of these micro-sized engines. I'll do 320. It burns at a rate of about half of a second. Wait, is that? That's half of liquid fuel per second, roughly. That's 45, so that's roughly 90 seconds of burn time. 1 meter per second squared, roughly, since this is a 2-ton. Okay. Whereas this one will give us 345 in a vacuum. Burns at a rate of 1.5 per second, or 2 oxidizer per second. Which would be roughly 30 seconds, but it's got better specific... Oh wait, we got this guy too. This guy's the most efficient. Alright, let's just do straight liquid fuel then, eh? We do a straight liquid fuel, and we put this guy on. Right, what's the mass of that? That's 7 tons. That's going to be about 10 meters per second squared. A little less, actually, closer to maybe 9. Yeah, that might be too much liquid fuel, though. I don't like that. That cost 10,000 for this guy. I'm not wasting that much. No. This is 390. That'll do well enough. Something like this. This is 150, 275. We'll go with a 275, and then we'll go with the 150 or the 390 here. Have to rebuild this bearing. There we go. All right. Oh, there we go. So that'll give us a little bit extra with that. Just wondering, is there a better way I can do this? This is a $54,000 unit. We're launching 4 of these. It's already 200,000. I could probably just stick the whole thing on the front of this guy. You know what? I might try that. Hold on. Get rid of this. Get rid of the whole thing. Let's do a central stack of this. Actually, let's just see how that does, because I have my suspicions that this might work extremely well as a single solid booster. Also, I haven't really implemented those solid boosters into any kind of design just yet, so I want to see how they perform. How is the specific impulse on this anyway? 196? Alright, it's not great. Certainly going to take its time with this. So we'll just see how far it gets off of the single solid booster. Actually looks like it's going to perform way worse than the other one. That's, might need a little extra kick with this. Specific impulse about 220. Yeah, that's not going to get out of the, that's not going to get out of the Kerbal sphere of influence, so we'll start this over here. Should look at the numbers a little bit more carefully here. So that's 220 in a vacuum. That's actually very not so good specific impulse from this thing. Get rid of it. Why do I have that? Let's see here. Specific impulse 30 in a vacuum. That's better. That provides better thrust. We'll try that. This hasn't made its way into any of our designs as of yet. Total cost of 50,000, which is pretty close to what we had before anyway. So even if this does work, this is roughly the same cost that we had for the other setup, so that's nothing gained. We'll see. We'll see. So far it looks promising. I'm surprised that whatever the heck this is, it's at less than 40,000, hasn't broken up in the atmosphere yet. Will it work? Answer no. How far will it go? That is the question. Alright. 3,000 meters per second, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's a little further then. Holy crap, is that actually going to break out of the sphere of influence? It's looking like it. Holy crap, we broke out of the sphere of influence. Alright. Well, let's just let it go to there then. Once it gets here, we'll bring the orbit out a little bit for the perigee to be in the right spot. That'll be our first comm satellite. That's a successful design right there, and it's still, look at that, it's got more than enough fuel to make that final adjustment there. Let's extend some of these. I want to extend the antennas first, actually. Hold on. Extend that one. That one. That one. Just get everything extended. I should maybe make an action group. I still don't know how action groups work, though. I haven't done anything with those before. Let's extend the solar panels. Awesome. More solar panels. More solar power. Alright, how's our electricity? Our electricity is 5,000, so that should be more than enough to handle just about anything we throw at it. Alright, it looks good. Yes, I can agree with that. Let's warp to that next maneuver about 200 days away and see how our signal goes. Our signal's still 100%. Still pretty good. How far away are we? We are actually not that far away. We'll give that some more time. Okay, now we're starting to get some distance on us, and it's still 100%. So I think this might be one of those designs that's actually still works even once you exceed the distance between the orbit and the sun, or where it is in its orbit, and Kerbin being on the opposite side of the sun. I once built one of those which had like 99% communication strength from across the solar system. Which, you can do that if you combine the antennas enough. Alright, 99%, there we go. Now we're starting to get some distance on us. Let's, point ourselves this way. Alright, that's going to be 28 seconds of burn. I think we got enough for that. We burn at a rate of about 2. We have 80 of oxidizer left, so 80 divided by 2 is going to be about 40 seconds. We should have more than enough time. And if not, we've still got the RCS. Oh, shit. Slash. I messed that up. But it doesn't matter because we're far enough away that it doesn't really matter. Alright. That is the first of many communications satellites, although we might not need that many, so... Alright. Good enough for me. And that's it. We will point this in a, not a north. Hold on. I want to point this in a north or south direction so that those big solar panels on the side are always getting some sunlight. Regardless of its location in its orbit there. Alright, so we still got full monopropellant. We've still got a little bit of fuel left over. Let's shut down the engine so it doesn't end up wasting it at any point. This is a successful communication satellite. So, look at that. We're still 99% strength. And we're that far away. I imagine once this gets to the other side of the solar system, it'll still be a pretty good strength. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Let's go back to the Space Center. Undoubtedly, we are going to have a massive amount of science data to sift through, so let's do that first. I gotta get rid of some of this debris. It's just crazy. Didn't this one have at least one experiment that was being run? I thought it did. I could be mistaken, though. I was mistaken, okay. Nothing. Let's focus view on the moon. Orbiter A probe. Wait, where's... There it is. Science Orbiter Alpha. Let's go there. Alright, once again we should have some more science data to sift through. There it goes. 436 to send back. Let's send that back. Actually, yeah, I'll send that back anyway. Seriously, the second you get a mobile data processing lab, it's like the perfect time to just put it into orbit, give it any amount of data, because it just amplifies how much you get back. The return is just great. You get a good return on investment, even if you spend a lot of money just to get it into orbit. Literally, look at this. Insane amount. Alright, let's go back. This means we can now buy some more cool things. Alright, we have 800 to work with. We could do this. How much does this thing weigh? That's a 2G antenna. It doesn't really do that much good stuff. Whatever. With this stuff. Yeah, these specific impulses do not impress me. This is a 2G antenna. Alright, but we need those in order to get these. We don't need these. I suppose this would be nice to have, in a way. Oh, yeah. Oh, what the... A 100G antenna? Holy crap, talk about communications from the other side of the solar system. Okay. I mean, some of these are pretty cool. What's the impulse on 4,200 specific impulse, but the thrust is very low. Okay. Well, I am interested in some of this scanning tech. That'd be a good 300 purchase. Composites. Some of these I could probably use. You know what? Let's just do it. That's another 300. And then we can buy another one of these guys, which I'm not impressed by these, so I'm going to skip over them. Supersonic flight versus... Hello, Adam. Welcome to the stream. Trying to figure out what I should buy with all this science data that I've collected. Huh. There's actually not a lot in the 160 range. Let's just do supersonic flight. Wait a minute. Did I have another one in here? No, I need 160 for the next one. Alright. Alright, we're going to launch another communication satellite. So apparently this design works exceptionally well. The design of having no spacecraft at all. Here we go. This one. So this works extremely well. It actually gets stuff into a reasonably high orbit. I think if I have 2 of these, I should be able to complete communications from across the solar system and pretty much cover my bases that way. So let's launch a second one. That's $100,000 spent on communication satellites, but I think in the end this is going to be the most advantageous. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to check. No, that's not how I want to launch this. Whoopsie. I don't want to exit out of the map now. I want to go this way, so I gotta wait a little bit of time before I launch. Yeah, I gotta wait like half a day, or a quarter of a day. Do we want to go back and look at the damage? I'm not gonna want to look at this. Oh, what have I done? Oh, jeez. It's still intact, though. Look at that. The satellite is, by and large, still intact. Okay. I hope I can revert the flight. Thank you. Alright. So we're just going to have to wait this out until we're aligned that direction. Let's just warp there. Alright, I think that'll work. Yeah, if we go straight up, more or less. Alright. Oh jeez, it's loud. I was complaining about the music hurting my ears. I guess I can adjust this slightly to the side. So where is the other one? The other one should be partway through its orbit around. So there's the other one. Wait, no, that can't be the other one. No, that's polar orbit thingy. This is the other comm satellite, which is in a slower orbit than what we're in. So we're going to wait for them to be on opposite sides of the solar system, and then we're going to adjust them to have the same orbit so that they're not... holy crap. So that they're not overlapping one another at all. Alright, we should have roughly 3,000 meters per second by the time we exit the atmosphere. That's pretty close to what we got. Alright. And away we go. Wait a minute, are we already out? We're not out, are we? We're close to being out. There we go. Alright. Now we just have to wait for these to be on opposite sides. The comm thingy. This could take a while. But from now on, it's mostly just adjustment. Why? Wait a minute. Wait. Hey, there we go. Hey, what's going on here? I can't click on anything. There we go. Not the monopropellant. The antenna. I should have set up action groups for this. I still haven't figured those out. Action groups. It just doesn't make sense. And we'll extend for more solar power into the sunflower shape. Here we go. Alright. Extended, all good. Okay, we're good. I guess that means we just wait until we get over here, I guess. So this is what we want to get away from. Looks like we're progressing at a fairly decent rate. There's R2-B2. Wait, hold on. R2-B2 got thrown out of orbit by something weird happening. But now Polar Orbit thingy has also gotten thrown out of... I think that's what happened. Or maybe this one was supposed to be. I don't remember. Something happened and then something broke. That's all I remember. Alright, how's this doing? This is doing alright. Still too close. Alright, let's try another half orbit and see where we're at. Because more or less, we just want these to be on opposite sides of the sun from one another so that we have reliable communications 90% of the time. Ideally, we would have 4 of these so that it would kind of form like a square around the sun, or at least 3 of them. You know, because if you have 3 of them, then one connects the other, and you get actually around the sun instead of having that potential blind spot. Yeah, I think this is good enough here, actually. Oh, wrong button. Alright, let's adjust that orbit out now. Set that as a target, that'll make things easier. Yeah, they're going to be about 120 degrees off. I guess I could launch a third, though. A third one, make it the full triangle. It's going to be in 3 days. There's going to be a lot of science data to collect on those scientific research mobile data processing labs. Yeah, we got enough fuel. Enough fuel, more than enough. How's this doing? Let's bring it out 16 to 13. Oh, a little far. Oh well. That should be good. And then we just add a maneuver here, bring out the perigee. Oops. There we go. Come on, a little further. How are these? These are pretty close. Still like to see that go out a little further, though. Alright, 673 and 6204. That's close enough. Those will be at about a third of the way through. Wow, this is a long mission. It's been a year. It's been a year setting up a communication satellite. Yeah, anyway, these two should, for the most part, ensure that we don't have any communications blind spots for future missions that we send to... I wonder how far out these will reach. These will probably reach Dre's. Not sure if they'd get as far as Jewel, though. They might. It's entirely possible. Oh, hold on. We have another 30 seconds. Oh, fuel-wise... I don't think we have enough fuel, but we have some RCS to be able to make adjustments. At 55 oxidizer, this engine burns at a rate of about 2 per second, which means we have close to 29 seconds. Well, we might be able to make it anyway. We'll see. Bring that node closer. Alright, let's give it a shot. Alright, we want to see that apogee moving out to the right there, which it is. Further. Perfect. Alright. Alright, these should be pretty close to one another. 190 versus 204. And 51 versus 50. That's alright. I can live with that. So there's our communication satellite. There's this one. There's this one. So these now have two parts. They're about 120 degrees apart. Put a third one there. These are actually closer to 160 degrees apart. Or maybe 150 or something. Ideally it would have been 120, but, you know. If we put a third one up here, then we'll have full coverage around the sun for anything potentially as far out as Jewel. So, let's point this north again. There we go. And there we have our second communication satellite in orbit with a signal strength of 97%. And absolutely no liquid fuel left over, but I'm still shutting down. Alright. Let's collect some more science data. Alright, so yeah, you see here? 1, 2, they both got a communications link. That's pretty cool. Alright, where's the moon? Where's the moon? Here it is. Oh, look at this. These guys got a triangle communication link as well. Let's grab some data from the moon. Actually, I just realized something. Whoops. I may have just made a very big mistake, which I will explain momentarily after I transmit this science. So basically, I may have accepted a mission and then spent multiple years just sending out communication satellites. That's a possibility. I'm not going to deny it. Let's transmit the science then. Once we get back to Kerbal, I'm going to take a look into that and see how badly I may have screwed it up. Okay, let's see what I've done here. What did I mess up this time? Alright. Oh, this has a deadline of 21 years. This has no deadline. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're safe. Is there anything else we can do? Observational surveys, new orbital station. Nope, nope, nope. Satellite and polar orbit surface. This is 25. Okay, we can do that. Specific orbit of Kerbal, the moon, and electric propulsion system. And we'll save that one. Alright. We have 1,074 science. Let's see what we can buy now. Alright, this will be cool. No, not this one. This one. No. No, this one will be cool. I cannot research over 500. Oh. So we can do this stuff, or we can do this stuff. Some of this looks like it might be of use. Large volume. Ooh, some of those look cool. None of those look cool. Okay. Well, I have 1,000. I don't like those. I think I should just work on these electronic ones, to be honest. If I do that, then I get this. But this isn't worth anything to me now, because I still can't get those anyway. But you know what, I'm gonna clear out this 160. Because I don't want to have to think about those anymore. So we'll clear out the 160 range. Now we can afford one of the 300s. Which of these is best? This looks pretty cool. Not gonna lie. That's one of my favorite form factors there. Oh, the massive heat shield. The heat shield is extremely useful. Alright, I'm getting the heat shield. Because that heat shield can, like, that's the top level thing. You can pretty much survive any re-entry with that. Alright. Should we do another communication satellite? Suppose I got the time for it. That'll be another 52,000. Still puts us in a good spot for the most part. Alright. I want to try action groups this time, though. Let's see. Brakes, abort. These are basic action groups, aren't they? What about gear? Gear doesn't do anything. Lights. So, with lights... Not the fuel tank, this. Anyone know how these action groups are supposed to work? Advanced mode. No. Filter, variant. That's not it. Come on, I just want an action group. Oh well. I'm gonna have to look it up eventually. I guess for now we'll just launch this, our third communication satellite. That's gonna go into position 3. And that should give us full coverage. And then after that, I'll be finishing off the episode. If anything's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong now. Just as long as this doesn't take 25 years to get into position, we should be fine. would it make sense if I lower the, once it gets to here, if I lower the throttle a little bit? Just until we get closer to being above the atmosphere. I wonder if that would save on some fuel. Thanks, now we're at like 32. We're mostly out of the atmosphere now, so if we just kick it full blast there. Oh, you know what? I bet that's going in the wrong direction again. Yeah, it is. So regardless, we're going to be wasting fuel. We'll see how it does. Okay, that actually ended up being... I think that ended up being a little bit more wasteful on fuel than otherwise. Let's see how far this goes. Alright, there we go. Alright, so this puts us in the wrong direction to start it off. I really hate how some of this debris just gets in the way. Like, look at this thing. R2-B2 I should be able to get rid of by now. Communication thingy 1, thingy 2. Thingy 3 is right here. I can actually just push it straight out to begin with, can I? Oh wow, these two satellites are very close to one another. That's cool. Alright, well, by the time it gets out, it's going to be here. If I bring out the orbit from there... Right, where's it going to be relative to here? Alright, that's where it's going to hit. That's where the communication satellite's going to be. Which, that's actually almost where we want it. Right? That's almost 180 degrees. It's a little less, so these two are going to be closer than these two. But that could work. That's one of our options. We'll, oh, geez. 40 seconds? That's how much fuel we have. No, 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 no. That's not going to work. Alright, let's do this the right way then. We'll revert to launch. This time we'll launch it at the right time. Yeah, 40 seconds, that's how much fuel we had left over. We wouldn't be able to survive, or we wouldn't be able to get in orbit with that. Okay, so we need to be this side of the planet. That's going to be about a night. And that should be just about right there. Alright. This time, definitely. We'll just launch it the exact same way we did the other ones. Alright. So that's going to go in this direction. That should get us... Yeah, that'll get us a little closer to 40 seconds of fuel burn. I think this thing's already close enough to its limitations in regards to tolerance. Well, that punched a hole in the atmosphere, didn't it? Should be seeing close to 3,000 meters per second at 70,000. That's pretty close. Pretty close. Let's see. Yep, that's a little bit better than last time. Come on, what are you doing? There we go. Not using the moon for gravity assist, though I could. Ah, crap. That's not going to look good. That's not going to look good at all. Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of messed up, isn't it? Let's see how bad it is. It doesn't tell me how bad it is. It's not going to tell me how bad it is till I get there. Darn it. Well, let's warp it. Alright. How's that purple looking? That is about as far out as I would feel comfortable going. So maybe this will work. I've got another 40 seconds of fuel burn remaining. Can we warp there? No, we cannot, because it doesn't want me to. Let's warp here then. Hey, guess what? I bet we can warp there now. Alright. Something tells me I went way overkill on the communication system on board this satellite here. The fact that it's still at 100, and I haven't even extended the antennas yet. Which I should do now. I could probably put this satellite on an escape trajectory from the solar system. And it could be further than twice the distance out from Elu, and it would probably still get a good signal. I imagine, anyway. Alright, there we go. Looks good. Comm units deployed. Let's see here. I'm going to set comm thingy. That's... No, not switch 2. What am I... I wanted to set target, not switch 2. Crap, where did the comm thingy go that I was working on 10 seconds ago? It's like right here. Switch to that one. I think that's the one I was on, I hope so. I've lost my ability to revert the flight, so if it screws up, then it's done. Alright, this is definitely the one anyway. Now, what I wanted to do, set as target. Thank you, game. Alright. So that's where we're going to be intersecting the orbit. Let's add a maneuver here. Because that is more or less pretty much exactly where we want it. So, it's just about spot on. Oh, no, not yet. No, this way. Okay, that's kind of close. Perigy's at 16,130 versus 16,204 versus 16,711 and 16,751. That's pretty good. I can accept that. Let us go to the next maneuver. 400 meters per second. Hold on. Is that delta V in spec? So this aircraft weighs 4 tons. It gets thrust of about 60 kilonewtons. So 4 tons at 60 kilonewtons. Let's see. Roughly 15 meters per second divide that into 462. That's about 30 seconds. We've got 30 seconds at least, so yes, this will work. The math on this all works out, so we should be able to achieve that orbit that we've set there. With about 30 seconds of burn. Alright, there we go. That's more or less decent. 15 seconds on our node, and we will burn. What I say, 30 seconds. Alright. So... Alright, we we have yet another communications satellite. This should complete the triangle of death. I think I feel better with this being where it is there and there. Darn, that's going to be... So I need to get the altitude for this to stay in place. We'll do it like this. How's the perigee? That's 16,137, 16,204, 16,751, 16,719. So this is in a slightly lower orbit, which means it's going to be trying to catch up with this guy. So yeah, look at that. We got mostly the solar system covered. This is actually closer to being cut into quarters, so I could put another one there. But I think this will work more than well enough. Can I communicate with any of these guys that I sent up? Let's see. Let's see if I can communicate with the Doomer. Does it have a communications link? No, it does not. Darn. Alright, where was the other one? There it is. Polar orbit thingy. Does this get a communications link? Probably not, because it has the weakest antennas I've ever seen. No, it does not. Actually, I don't think this one even has an antenna. No, I didn't put in it. Oh wait, I put this thing on. 500K. Yeah, that's gonna do a lot. Space Center. Let's go back. We have a lot of science to collect once again, because once again it has been another few hundred days in the world of Kerbal Space Program. As we can see, it is now year 5. So yeah, there we go. Look at that. This one communicates with this guy. These two can't see each other for some reason. But yeah, that more or less gives us full coverage for what we want. I might add another one just for safety. Where is Science Orbiter Alpha? There we go. And as I always say every time I click on one of these things, when you get the mobile data processing unit in Kerbal Space Program, just put it into orbit and let it do its thing. Look at this. 142. Well, yeah, I'm mostly running out of data for this one, but you know. It does an extremely good job. It basically is just like an integer multiplier, whatever you would normally get for a scientific data type of thing. It just multiplies it. Do I have any more science gathering thingies on board? No, I don't. Alright. Go to the Minimus one. More free science. Oh, that's great. Let's switch to it. And mobile data, what do we got? We didn't have a lot to work with. 84, we'll take it. Alright, that's 84. Can I level up this dude? Alright, they've been leveled up. They are still star 1. Alright. Well, let's see what we can buy with our science, and then we'll wrap up the episode right there. Let us see. So long as it doesn't crash. It crashed once when I tried to load this. Okay, thank you. We have 362, so we can buy one of these. What to buy, what to buy. Fuel containment versus metal versus high altitude. This has a lot of stuff in it, but not a lot that I would use. Versus heavy versus field science versus unmanned. I mean, really, these two are completely useless. I don't need either of them, because we got the OP thing already, so that's fine. Field science, that looks kind of fun. That's on my maybe list. This one, I don't have the engines that fit these just yet, so that's going to be a no. Advanced metal, I don't care about that. No, it's going to be this one. This one looks like the most fun, so we'll research that. And next episode, maybe we'll build a moon rover. I haven't done a rover yet. Anyway, that's all for this episode of Kerbal Space Program. We've got some communication satellites in orbit, so next time we'll be looking at sending something to Duna that can still communicate with those things. Maybe get an actual satellite into orbit there. But that's all for this episode. I'm the 404 guy, 7HE 404GUY. Feel free to subscribe, follow, share, etc., etc. Don't worry if you can't, because it's not like I'm getting paid for this. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. I think the cat's chewing on my Ethernet cord again. Alright, everybody, it's the 404 guy here, 7HE 404GUY, slightly anemic, and we're up with Kerbal Space Program again, because I've only just discovered I actually don't have any other games to play on this channel, so we'll be getting into that in just a moment here, but first...
Warning. This program contains coarse humor and a sense of language that some people might not share. Viewer discretion is advised. But I bet that just makes you want to watch it even more.
Alright, so last episode we set up our communication satellites network thing, whatever you want to call it. What the hell is this? Right, there's our three main satellites. What? Network, none. So I guess that means that these two are too far apart to communicate with one another. But lucky thing is we don't really need them to, just as long as one of them can communicate with a space probe that's going to Duna, which I am planning to implement a, at least some kind of, whatchamacallit, some kind of communication satellite specifically for the planet. What are these things? Bunch of asteroids. Alright. So this time, we're making some modifications to that communication satellite we launched last time. Actually, let's just load up Duma. We'll modify this. Because we need to get working on these missions here. Alright. Surface sample. It's not going to be for a while. We need to get into orbit, and we need to get into equatorial orbit. So we need something that has an antenna, can generate power, and it has to have a mystery goo. Alright, I think I can do that. Has an antenna, it has a bunch of them, but I'm going to replace those with more efficient ones. Get rid of those. Can generate power, definitely, and needs to have a mystery goo. That's under science here. Huh, we have a survey scanner. That's nice. Alright, we'll put two of these guys on. Just because we can. Nope, nope, nope. There we go. Alright, we got a couple of those. Now we just need the satellites. Transmission antennae. Where are they? Communications. That's only 2, this is 15, this is also 15. This requires significantly more electricity, so I might be bumping up the electricity on this. Holy shit. Yeah, maybe a lot. Here, Let's move that down. This whole satellite base is a bit too small. Hold on. This is most unfortunate. I was hoping I could get away with what I had. Evidently I cannot. So let's adapt that up here. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Screw this. We'll build a new one. Because I just had a better idea. Alright, we'll start with this as a base. We will build this out. Trust me on this. This is going to be a really good idea. It's going to be worth it 100% to build a brand new spacecraft just to launch a communication satellite to Duna. That's too much. That ought to work. Right, next we'll get that thing on here, this guy. Alright. Oop. There we go, perfect. Then we need some fuel. I like that fuel tank. No, I don't like that fuel tank. Sorry, I'm doing liquid fuel. This one. Yeah. Much efficiency there. Right, because this is 800 seconds of a specific impulse, which is really good. Antennae. We'll just friggin' stick as many antennas on this thing as possible. That ought to work. Oh, wait. That might be too much. Oops. Maybe the antenna, just the antenna. I'll put these down here, I guess. We just need to be able to put some additional fuel tanks on this thing. Alright, so if I do that, I should be able to put on some additional fuel tanks along the side here. Just using this. Alright. That'll work. The nose cone, perfect. Right, so we do this, and then we add a fuel line going that way. And the central stack should just be reserve. It's the outside that's going to be spending all the fuel. Right, this looks off-centered. Oh shit, no, not that. Anything but that. These. No! God damn you. These. Come on. Alright. There we go. That's centered. Mostly. At the very least, it looks like it's going to hold. Plenty of electricity. More than enough communications potential. Let's put on our old stack separator there. Oop. Hey, look at the size of that thing. Jeez. Here's a standard stack separator. Alright, so currently it's a $50,000 thingy that doesn't do anything. That's what we're going to name it. I should probably have this on here. That just makes it overpowered AF. Alright, here we go. Here we go. This is what we need. We need this thing. However useful it is. Alright, there we go. Nice. Right, so we launch this thing. Eventually it'll get to Duna. How much does this weigh? We're basically throwing 33 tons in the air. Nice. That's way too small. Unfortunately, I don't have anything larger. Okay. Well, we'll put this on. Put that on, and we will top it with, I don't know, skipper or mainsail. Let's just, we'll see what this gets us. Because I kind of want to try and keep this below 100,000 if I can. Okay, where are we? We're pointing this way. That's the correct direction to be in. All right. All right, that ought to work. This is moving at a snail's pace. I have very low hopes for this mission. Suppose we can rotate our trajectory just a little bit here. Alright, I have almost no hope for this mission at this time. But I bet if I installed some outriggers along the outside of this, it would work just fine. Like what I've done with just about every other rocket. It's looking like it's going to be outriggers for the win. Provided this doesn't make it very far out of the atmosphere. It's a 30-ton vehicle. I have an engine on here that can provide 60 kilonewtons of force. So, unless this gets significantly far away from Kerbin, which I don't think it will get, it's not going to be sufficient to overcome the force of gravity. See that? Almost completely pointless. Though we have more fuel than we will ever need for any purpose. Right. Let's try something else here. I got another idea. Let us reduce this to 2. Only 2 of these, right? If there's only 2 of them, that's a lot less weight to consider. As for this, let's, yeah. We'll give it a little bit of an extra boost at the start here. Not the kickbacks. What are these? They're 2,000 apiece. These are only 850. Look at them. 850 and they get the job done. Let's make more of them. Make so many that it doesn't even make sense. There we go. So there's 8 of those. That ought to handle it. So we've got 2 things in our favor right now. There's less weight and there is significantly more thrust. So let's do it. There we go. That's got some acceleration to it. So yeah, you'll notice I have a little note up in the top left that's asking for people to recommend video games. Because I literally have no other video games to play. So it's Kerbal Space Program for a while otherwise. Wow, alright. This is doing much better than I expected. Yikes. Alright, well, more than 1,000 meters per second, and we're only at 20,000 meters. So clearly this has a lot going for it in terms of a design. If we can get that out over 1,000,000 meters, I think this will be a successful design here. Then again, I have my doubts. It might not. It's just, it's fighting gravity so much right now. There's only so much it can do. Deploy that. That should help. Right? Probably. Alright, close to 1,000,000 meters. Not quite there, mind you. Let's, we'll see where this gets us anyway. I mean, this is just going to be nothing but sitting here watching this thing try and push itself into an orbit. I suppose I could test it with one of these. Right, how's that? That's 5 minutes. But that gets us to where we want to go. Right. How much fuel do we have? Oh, jeez. Way more than enough fuel, that's for sure. So we have 27 minutes of fuel. That's well more than what we need. I'm almost thinking we should just install a heat shield and do like do an atmosphere burn once we actually get there. Well, we'll see how this does. We have 37 minutes to figure it out. Sorry, 27 minutes. In the meantime, let's extend some of these antennae. This guy. Alright. This is going to be one of those failures on the first try. I can guarantee. Actually, just looking at it right now, did I forget the goo thing? No, I didn't. Literally just need to get into an orbit of Duna for this to be considered a successful flight. Alright, look at that. We're starting to overcome the force of gravity. That's good. Oh, God. This is going to take so long before it actually breaks the Kerbal sphere of influence. Oh, but hey, look at that. R2-B2's getting close again. I wonder if we'll ever communicate with it again. Look at this, we're barely even touching our fuel. That's how efficient this engine is. 800-second specific impulse. Like, it is literally the most overpowered engine in the game, and yet it produces such little thrust. There's kind of a trade-off there. You have to spend an insanely long amount of time with every single fuel burn, but at the same time, you have a lot more fuel to burn, basically. Alright, 2,000,000 meters. Going at a rate of about 10,000 meters per second-ish. And we've got to go well beyond 46 million meters. This is going to take a while. This is going to take a while. What shall I do in the meantime? I think I could go through, like, find some music or something. Look at this. Look at it! What I used to do in university is I would, you know, while this was burning, I would just be doing my homework, you know? But obviously, if you're watching the stream, that would not be the most interesting thing to watch. The other sad part is I cannot switch away from this. Like, if I switch away from this spacecraft, then it's just gonna shut off the engine, right? You can't leave it burning for long periods of time because it doesn't keep itself going. Look at that, 4 million meters. It's increasing its altitude a little bit faster now. What we got here? Max acceleration 3.4 meters per second. We could burn it to 0 meters per second if we wanted to, actually. We have more than enough time. Anyway. Yeah, this once this gets out of the Kerbal sphere, that's going to be the most useful for us. Let's just point ourselves at the velocity vector there. That should help. What did I call this thing again? Super probe, that's it. Because it's super. Alright, passing 10 million meters. This is like watching grass grow. It's so much fun, isn't it? Oh wow, we've got encounter with the moon there. Hopefully we don't encounter it on the way out. Alright, this is going up a little bit faster now. That's good. That's what I like to see. Alright. This should put us outside of Kerbal sphere of influence. Easily. There we go. And I'm just going to let that increase a little bit further as well there. Let it build up that apogee. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't do that. It's not proper. I'll wait until I get to here. Bye-bye, Kerbal sphere of influence. These aren't blocked, are they? I hope not. Alright. So look at that. We haven't even used up half our fuel. Alright, that's what I mean when I say that this engine is extremely efficient. It is absolutely. Alright. Now, if we burn prograde here, it should just be a matter of time before we intercept our target planet here. I haven't done enough Duna runs to know exactly what angle is the best, but apparently this is. So we'll leave it at that. Look at that. Okay. 2 minutes of burn time. We got plenty of fuel. Let's warp there. So yeah, I guess for Duna, it's 120-ish degrees separation. But again, that depends on the starting altitude. Look at that. Not even a third of our fuel, not even an eighth. Signal strength is still 100%. Okay, this is looking good. So how close are we going to be anyway? We're going to be a little bit off. This is the designated orbit. We can reach that, no problem. Especially if we're passing by down here. Now that's going to be... That's 273, 5, and 57. 276, 2, and 8. So we should be able to... we'll have more than enough time to put ourselves into a stable orbit once we get there. Simple. Chorogon. There we go. All right. Antennas are still at 100%. How's that? We're still too close for it to really matter. Once we get a little bit further away, we're going to start picking up off either this comm thingy, probably not that one, possibly that one, right? About 180 degrees apiece, or it should be ideally, but it's not. Once we're able to jettison these fuel tanks, this will be a lot simpler. Or a lot more reactive, I should say. These weigh a lot. Alright, we're pretty close now. How close are we there? 17, that's pretty good. 17 is good. We'll need to adjust our inclination just a teensy bit here. Let's do that in focus. Focus view here, and I will adjust this accordingly. Let's see. Alright, we're also on the wrong side of the planet. We'll have to adjust for that as well. Go. Bring it over there. And down a little. Right, that's... okay, that's very nearly perfect. So let's point to our maneuver. 18 meters per second. I really think this could have bumped up the time warp a little bit more and still been accurate. That's just my thoughts. Bring it closer to the node as usual, as close as we can. Should be about 2 seconds, but this shouldn't be a problem either way. Alright, where is our target? There we go. How's that? That's closer, but not where I want to be. You know, just a little bit. Should be more or less on the line there. That'll work. Alright. That more or less intersects where we want to be. Let's, hold on. That's escape, so we want to get to encounter. There we go. And however long that takes. Now, I sometimes worry about the electricity, because that could very easily drop out. Although we're pointed enough north that it shouldn't be a problem. North relative to the surface of the sun. I guess normal, you would call it, normal to the orbit. You point yourself normal to the orbit, you should pretty much always have some sunlight, at least on one side of the spacecraft, so that's kind of useful to have there. Alright, here we go. Still at 97%, that's pretty impressive. Alright, here we go, here we go. So once we get to here, it's a matter of bringing the orbit in. Oh, sort of. Let's bring it this way a little. There. That's literally all we have to do. And then this mission is successful. That's 2 minutes of burn, 2.5. So we don't want to warp all the way to there. We want to warp a little bit ahead. So 2 days, 2 hours, 40 minutes. Let's warp there. Alright. Gives us 38 minutes to go. We will, of course, warp here. 25, that's close. This is actually a very, very agreeable tolerance right here. Alright, 9 minutes out of 12. That should work. That'll at least get us close to the node. And 2 minutes 46, divide that by 2. That's going to be, let's see, 1 minute and 23 seconds. Is where we should start burning at. 1 minute 23. Let's just go. Alright. So hopefully by the time that finishes, that should bring us into a stable orbit, very close to the one that's specified. Look at that communications hop. This thing is still like full 96%. I bet this satellite is communicating with this one to get there, right? This thing is so OP. I don't even know why I have these things. This thing could probably communicate with Kerbin from the other side of the solar system. Hello, Fallen Larry. Welcome to the chat. If you have any suggestions for other games that I could play on this channel, feel free to speak up. How's this gonna work? Ah, it cut itself short again, see? I knew that there was a problem with Streamlabs. Anyway, thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. Streamlabs tells me that that works, but it just cut itself short, so that's supposed to carry on for about like several seconds. I guess it didn't. Nonetheless. Well, that puts me at 29 followers. I'm very close to that 32 target. That's one of those binary numbers that's fun to calculate with. Alright, this... Look at that, we haven't even burned through half of our fuel. That's why I recommend this engine. Like, the first second that you can buy the Nerve atomic rocket motor, whatever it is, the Nerve engine, the second you can afford it, just get it. Because 800 seconds specific impulse, it takes a long time to get anything done, but it is extremely efficient. If you think of like Carnot efficiency, right? Carnot efficiency is the theoretical highest efficiency that a machine can get, and that would be if it's done infinitely slowly, right? If the process of work is infinitely slow. So it makes sense that... Oh, wow, look at that. It makes sense that the slower you go, the more efficient you're going to get, but unfortunately that's not exactly the case here. It's just a fun coincidence. Alright, so we've just completed 2 contracts at the same time. We've more than paid for the communication satellites that we sent up, so that's good. And we got this thing, which has direct to Kerbin 96%. 96% communication strength. I still have no idea what this KerbNet access does. Oh well. But yeah, that puts us into orbit of Duna. Next, we need to get science data from the surface, which should be a lot simpler now that we have something in orbit. Let's go back to the Space Center. I'm certain that we have some more science to collect. This is my second big recommendation that I always make. The second that you can afford it is to get the Mobile Data Processing Lab, because it's basically free science. It's a multiplier. Look at this. I didn't even have to do anything. It just takes longer. But you get way more science out of, like, I think that what's left here is just a pressure, a temperature, and possibly a mystery goo and a couple of crew reports or something. Let's transmit that. Alright, and can I level up the crew? No, I can't. I kind of want to put them on EVA. Right, because if I put them on EVA, I can get an EVA report. Right, we keep the report. We go back aboard. Oh, it doesn't let us. Darn. Alright, well then we'll transmit it. Good enough. Next up, Mobile Processing Lab on Minimus. This one's just great. And what data doth they have for me? I'm gonna have to go and get more data collection, I think. Let's transmit that. That's only 68. Is this person ready for leveling up? I bet they are. Nope. 0 experiments. This has 3. Oh my god. So the experiments that I have stored, this is a single experiment. This is a surface sample from Minimus, which would yield 150 science if recovered on the surface of Kerbin, but if processed in a mobile data processing lab will yield 940 science over 130 days or so. That's a no-brainer. The pressure scan, I think... Okay, here's another one, an EVA report. That's going to be worth 250. I don't know why the pressure scan doesn't work for some reason. I think maybe it's got to be on its own or something. But geez, this is... Okay, so this is now going to be worth a heck of a lot more. We just have to give it some time. Alright, back to Kerbin then. So I guess the next thing I gotta do is just push some fuel into orbit. Ah, we're so close. Close yet far. I can't afford any of these just yet. I gotta start thinking about what I want to get from the next level. There's only a few things I really need. One thing I haven't done in this game just yet is develop my space plane or airplane stuff. This is easy. Plant a flag on Minimus. I bet I could do that pretty easy. What does this want? This wants scientific data and enter the atmosphere. I can do that. Science data from space. 25. Yeah, I can do that. Alright. I think that's about all. I could bring an asteroid into orbit. Oh, but that's only 6 years. No, I think I can finish these off pretty easily. What are the deadlines? 10 years, never, 25, and 23. So this one I gotta do first, which is gonna be sending scientific data from space. Oh, I can literally do that right now. Why am I waiting on it? Yeah, I'm on career mode. Let's see here. I need something... One of these has to have science package on it. I think this one has science. Yes, this has science on it. I always love it when those simple missions come up because it's basically just free money. So the rest of this is exploring Duna. That's going to be a lot of time in the process, I think. Although I'm surprised I managed to get to Duna in this episode after only like half an hour. Usually it takes me an hour. Though I am curious. I want to try and build a rover here. So if I wanted to build a rover, I can start with one of these, right? Rotate it down. Tell me if I'm doing this right. I've never done a successful rover on Kerbal Space Program. Turn off the toggle snap. There we go. There we go. And what else can we do here? Let's put one of these things on. It's a rover, so it needs electricity. Whoa, that's big. That's a lot of electricity there. That should keep it going. Couple of solar panels. We'll put a seat on it so that we can have a pilot controlling it. We'll put a seat like... I'll put 2 seats, why not? We'll do one seat like right there, facing the wrong direction so that whoever's trying to drive it, they're going to be screwed. Oh, I bet we could put one of those seismic doohickeys on there. We'll put an antenna on here, right about there. Leave it extended. Does this look like a decent... Oh, whoa, 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 hey, wrong place. What are we doing here? I don't want to be here. I didn't know it did that. Alright, so it doesn't let me put the crew on immediately. Let's, here. We'll put the crew on one of these things. Put this guy on. Let's just, we'll call it Rover Boy. Let's see how this works. I have a feeling that putting on that stability thing is going to be... Uh-oh. It crashed. Oh, no, it didn't. I freaked out for no reason. Alright, I don't want this thing to screw with us at all. Wow, look at that. It works! Alright, let's, it looks so stupid, but it works. Alright, let's crash into a building here. Whoa! Alright. It spins out easily, but that can be fixed. Let's crash into the, crash into this building here. The administration building. How about that? We'll crash the administration building, or possibly jump over it. Or land at the back door. Oh crap. I think we lost our pilot. Alright, that's a successful rover. But anyway, next episode we'll maybe make some modifications to this and try shooting it at Duna, see what happens. But I think that's all for this episode for now. I'm tired, mildly anemic. About maybe I should eat something. So I'm gonna be tuning out for today then. That's everything for Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for whoever followed this stream. And feel free to keep watching, check out the YouTube channel, etc., etc. And yeah, I'll be back whenever's, I suppose. I think there's a schedule somewhere on here. Anyway, I'm the 404 guy, 7HG404GUY. Thanks for tuning in and have a great day. Why does Streamlabs screw with me? I mean, literally that follow notifier lasted for 3 seconds. It was supposed to be 7. I think they got a problem with their MPEG-4, or not MPEG-4, but their WebM VP8 codec. Well, it's supposed to be standard HTML, so I can't imagine.